Hey, what's up guys? I wanted to do a video on diet and nutrition, but I kind of wanted to break it down and focus on 3 different fundamental goals that you should try to incorporate into your everyday life. So these 3 goals, once you implement them into your day-to-day life, when you're shopping or when you're cooking, these are going to help you eat cleaner and eat healthier without even really thinking about it, just because they're such big, broad, basic rules. The 90-20-10 rule is eating 90% of your meal, waiting 20 minutes, and then eating the leftover 10%. So the idea here is, and it's not really an idea, it's backed by legitimate science, is that the chemical reactions in your body are sent via this one major nerve called the vagus nerve. That's from your brain to your gut. There's chemicals and they let your body know, hey, I'm hungry, or hey, I'm full. And the way they do that is different satiety levels of fat within the gut, or glucose, carbohydrate levels within the gut, as well as there's stretch receptors in your stomach. When they hit a certain point, they signal to the brain, hey, we're full. But what most people do is they eat so quickly, by the time these chemicals have decided, all right, that's enough, we've already way overeaten. By eating the 90% and then waiting the 20 minutes, you're allowing your body to catch up. So how do you know when you're at 90%? As you're eating, stop thinking about how good the food is and think about how it's satisfying you. Don't stop eating when your stomach hurts. That is probably a little too far. You've eaten too much at that point. So stop eating when you think, should I take this bite? Do I need this bite? If you have to think, like, is this enough? Stop. Wait 20 minutes and come back to it. If you're still hungry, then eat the remaining 10%. 90% of your meal, 20-minute break, 10% if you need it. Okay, so number 2 is cutting added sugar from your diet. And I honestly believe this is the main one. This is the one that is really gonna give your body that quick response, make you feel a lot better, and it's really gonna be your main gauge of weight control. If you're trying to lose weight, cutting added sugar, I guarantee, will make you lose weight. Not only because sugar in itself will progress the speed of weight gain, but the foods associated with high added sugar typically are high in fat, high carbohydrate, so they add those extra calories onto your diet that you don't necessarily need. Now when I say added sugar, that's sugar that is literally added to a product. It differs from natural sugar, which is the sugars that are found in vegetables, fruits, and beans. Added sugar is listed in the ingredients. You'll see it in the nutrition facts, but you really need to look out for it in the ingredients. And in the ingredients, these food processors and marketing companies hide it behind all these different buzzwords that may necessarily seem healthy. So look, right here I've put all of the words that they use to hide sugar in products. So pause the screen right here and look at these real quick. Now the higher any of these words are in that ingredients list, the higher the concentration. So if any of those words are the top 3 in that list, that's really high in added sugar. Now I could literally talk for hours about the negative health effects of added sugar, but I'm gonna let you do your own research. Use the links I've put in the description to kind of educate yourselves on why adding sugar to your diet is so bad. The sugar that's added to product chemically, as far as your body's concerned, is the same that's found naturally in apples. So why can't you eat a lot of it? Well, the sugar that's found naturally in apples and different whole foods is surrounded by water, by fiber. It slows the digestion of that sugar. Whereas opposed to the sugar that's added to products is quickly available to your body. Those calories are getting absorbed and stored. And unless you're doing a lot of high intensity endurance training, you're not burning that sugar off. So let's take a look right now at some of the hidden sugars in your day-to-day products that you might not really know are there. It's gonna be shocking to see how much you're actually eating. Alright, so what I'm going to put down in front of you here is 18 grams of sugar. This is the equivalent to 3 tablespoons of barbecue sauce. This is how much is in there. That's also the amount that is in 1 medium-sized glazed donut. And if we add just a little bit more, that's the amount that can be in some Greek yogurts. If you saw somebody just spoon that into their mouth, wouldn't you be like, hey, don't do that. That's not a good idea. That's a lot. And you probably eat a lot more than 3 tablespoons of barbecue sauce. All right, now what we're gonna put down in front of you is 39 grams of sugar. All right, you ready? All right, 39 grams of sugar. That's the amount of sugar in 12 ounces of Coke. But most people don't drink 12 ounces. They get the 20-ounce bottles. That's 65 grams. I can't even fit that much in my hand. So could you imagine putting that in your mouth? No, you probably wouldn't do that in front of people. I don't think so. But you do it when you drink the Coke. Alright, so I'm not necessarily trying to scare you, but you really do need to be cautious of all the added stuff that's going into these products that are deemed healthy, or maybe not healthy. So let's just say goodbye to that. Okay, so the third foundation that I want you to base your diet upon is whole food. Now, a whole food is basically ground zero of whatever you eat. This is a sweet potato. It will always be a sweet potato. It can't be anything other than a sweet potato as long as it's in this form. This is chicken. The chicken was slaughtered, the breasts were cut off, and now it's here. This is it. These are whole foods. The idea is that the less ingredients, the better. So you get the idea behind whole foods. The form that you cook the food in is the form that it was grown or raised as. But I'm not just talking about the whole foods that get manipulated to become other ingredients. I'm talking about like chemicals and things that they put into food to preserve it longer, to enhance flavor. Things that I can't pronounce. They're in the ingredients panel, and if you don't know what something is in the ingredients panel, there's a pretty good chance you might want to avoid it. Think of it this way, our bodies were designed millions of years ago. The things that we were eating and have evolved to eat are nothing like what we're eating today. And our bodies have not evolved to eat this processed or manipulated foodstuffs. While we still do, they don't kill us obviously, but they wreak havoc on our insides. And if you get back to a whole food diet, or as close as you can, everything will start to run a little better. You're putting better gas in your machine. So that's number 3. Eat as close to whole foods as possible. Well, that's it, guys. Those are the 3 things that I think you should put at the foundation of your diet from here on out. There are literally hundreds of different tweaks and tips that I could give you, but honestly, these 3 are the main building blocks. Once you master these, then you can go and start tuning your body to what you want. But a lot of people get much too confused jumping in 100% and doing 50 different things, when all you need to do is stick to these 3 things. Once you get these down, see some improvements, move up from there. So thanks for watching. I'm Alex, and I'll see you next time.